All right, for anybody who has headaches or migraines, today we're going to be talking about easy, practical steps on what you can do to fix your headaches and migraines. I'm Dr. Brad Clementson with the Mint Condition podcast. So I want to start this whole thing off with water. We talked about water in the previous episode. You need to drink enough water. It's about 1 ounce for half your body weight. So if I weigh 200 pounds, got to drink 100 ounces a day. So if you're drinking only 8 ounces or 16 ounces a day, you don't just jump up and suddenly do 100. That'd be super unhealthy. Water toxicity is a real thing, and it can actually be fatal in very severe cases. So if you're not drinking enough, and we've got to get you up to a higher number, 64 ounces is not enough. It's general, like the number people think of, because a lot of people are twice as heavy as 64 ounces, right? So 128 pounds, 64 ounces would be right. That's your 8 glasses of water a day. But you've really got to look at you personally. So if you're a 5-foot teenage girl, you're going to need less than a 40-year-old, 7-foot, 300-pound man, okay? So drink enough water for you. But let's go through the process here. If I'm doing 16 ounces a day, it's okay to jump up to 30 or 40 ounces. It's okay to make that small little jump. Your body's going to handle it just fine, but don't jump up to 100. And then after 3 or 4 days or a week where you've gotten used to drinking more water, then you can go up by another 5-10 ounces every day until you reach that goal. One quick thing I've got to mention before I dive into some more practical implications for drinking that water is that if you're very active, if you're an athlete, if you go on a morning walk every day, if you play basketball every Tuesday and Thursday, then you need to drink even more than just that amount of water. That's just a normal human being, mostly sedentary, needs about half their body weight in ounces, okay? Now we talked about how much and how to gradually increase that. You're gonna start with 30 ounces a day per week and then go up to 45, then 60, then 70 and keep going up. Super duper important. If you wanna maintain a goal, you've gotta make it as easy as possible on yourself. You're gonna fail, you're gonna drop off, you're gonna miss a day, and that's normal, but you're never gonna stay on this horse if you don't have a plan for how you're gonna address this. A lot of people drink all of their water 7 o'clock at night, and then they're up peeing all night long, so then they stop drinking water again, because who wants to wake up 3 or 4 times during the night, right? So you need to start drinking your water early in the day. I drink about 100 to 120 ounces a day, and I drink 60 to 70 ounces before 10 o'clock in the morning. So I've got most of it already done. By 4 o'clock, I've already got 100 to 110. And then after 4 o'clock, I'm just sipping, right? Just drink a little bit of water with dinner, maybe a small little sip at 7 or 8 o'clock at night. You need to front load it so that you can offload that water before you go to sleep. The other thing to look at is other things that you're drinking. So soda pop and coffee, things like that. If they have caffeine, they're diuretics to some degree, where they actually make your water less efficient. But on top of that, they actually aren't helping you keep your body clean and lubricated. So but they get in the way, right? I drink 70 ounces of soda a day and 8 ounces of water. It's going to be really hard to get in enough fluid. So you need to actually reduce how much fluid you're drinking outside of water. There are some things like electrolyte waters are great. Some juice is okay. Juice tends to be very sugary, so just as bad as sodas. They don't have the caffeine or things like that, but still not great. Brody drinks his Monster drinks. That causes a lot of problems. We've talked about it. He's in counseling. But really look at your life as a whole and try to live healthy. Say, I'm going to drop from 70 ounces of soda a day down to 35 or 40 and work your way down and replace that with water or electrolytes. Another thing that just made me think of is some people think water is boring or hard to drink, right? So look at the temperature of the water. My daughter loves drinking warm water. I don't know, she's really weird about it. I love ice cold water. That can help. And then look for flavor adds. You want to do things that don't have a ton of sugar added to it or flavoring is the wrong word, but sugar and those added flavors that aren't healthy. There are a lot of sugar-free ones that you could do. Electrolyte drinks are great. Look at the different mineral contents of the water, but just know there's options out there to help you get enough water. If you have any other questions on water and you want to learn about that, throw the comments down below and we'll get back and answer those questions. We can do individual videos for you. But the next topic we want to jump into is your ergonomics. So we're going to talk about desks first. A lot of us are sitting, maybe for work, or we're watching TV on our couch a lot. The sitting is the new smoking epidemic. We sit way too much during the day. You should never stay sitting, laying in bed, anything, no matter what age you are, for more than an hour. There are rare occasions where you're put on bed rest by your doctor, but even that, I'd argue we need to find ways to move and change positions, even if you can't get out of bed. But if you're not bedridden, which is most people, then let's get up and move more often. No more sitting for more than an hour. No more laying in bed for more than an hour. I had this patient a couple of years back. He hit the age, 65, retired, and a year and a half later, he couldn't get out of his sofa, or what's it called, the armchair, right? Get out of his armchair and make it to the bathroom. So they called physical therapists in to start working with him. Severely depressed, he retired and stopped moving. That's not the way to live life. Don't retire at 65. Live life. If you don't have to work anymore, that's great, but what are you planning? What are you replacing it with? When he retired, if he replaced that with golfing or replaced it with a service project or starting his own business or something that kept him, gave him purpose, reasons to get out of the chair and move, he would have been a lot healthier and a lot safer. So keep moving. Make sure you get up, stretch, move. Your body needs a variety of movements. When you're only moving one specific way, you get injured. This is very common for a lot of athletes. I know I'm getting off topic here, but athletes will do one sport, soccer, 12 months of the year. They're way more likely to get injured because they're moving the same way. So if you're doing soccer or tennis or football, 9 months, you need to take 3 months to do something else, okay? Slightly off topic, let's bring it back. The ergonomics of sitting needs to be something that you're considering. We talked about how long you're sitting. Well, let's talk about how you're sitting. So make sure you set up your desk the right way for you. So taller people are going to need their desk higher, but shorter people need a footstool to put their feet on. There's some general concepts though that apply to everybody. So right now, if you're watching this, you're at your desk at work, pull up your desk and start measuring some things. You're going to sit comfortably where you would normally sit to type, and you want the screen to be at your fingertips or just slightly past it. You want the top of the screen to be 1 inch above your eye line, and you want the keyboard, mouse, and anything you use frequently throughout the day in that close zone, right by your body, okay? You can get an ergonomic assessment from a physical therapist near you. They can come in and show you exactly how to set up your desk, and this will help you prevent injuries to your neck, carpal tunnel, different things like that, but it can also reduce your headaches or completely wipe them out. A lot of people have postural headaches, and it's where I'm sitting in a bad posture, and after 30 minutes, an hour, a couple hours, they start to get headaches, and they're just like, it happens every day, and I don't know why. But as soon as they correct their posture, and they can stay here or get to a good posture multiple times a day, those headaches go away. So make sure you're looking at how you're sitting at your desk and the setup, because the setup of your desk pulls you into a bad position. Same thing applies at home. What's your setup at home? What's your couch look like? How soft is it? How low is it? Where's your TV? A lot of people have their TV really high up, so it's pulling them into an extended neck position. Or they lay on their couch with their body just like flat, and then they tilt their head up, right? So your head's in this position, and you can watch Netflix. What's that called, where it just auto plays, right? You could watch movies. You could watch whatever for 4, 5, 6 hours. You start it at right after dinner, and it's 2 o'clock in the morning before you let yourself go to bed. 8 hours in one posture. You've got to change that. You got to switch up your posture, but you also got to stop putting yourself in these extremely vulnerable positions. All you're doing is creating job security for physical therapists like me, and we'd rather that you don't. We want you not injured. Okay, this whole podcast is about living the mint condition life. This means living as healthy as you can. So set yourself up to succeed. Okay. Other things that you can do throughout the day. So we talked about water. We talked about the ergonomic setup of how you're setting up your desk, how your couch, your bed. Oh, we've got to talk about that really quick. When you're sleeping, most people sleep really awkwardly, like a fetal position or laying on their stomach. It's super important that you sleep more on your back, or if you are going to sleep on your side, that you get the right support. There's a lot of pillows out there, so make sure you find the one that fits you, but it needs to be more support, okay? When we lay on our side, the pillow needs to fill that gap from the edge of my shoulder to my head. If it's not big enough, then I'm going to collapse into my shoulder and I'm causing shoulder injuries, upper back injuries, and neck and headache issues. So make sure that gap's big enough, but it can't be too big for when I'm laying on my back, otherwise it pushes my head forward. So there are pillows that are best out there are ones that are caved in the middle and then big on each side so that you can have that support. Okay, other things to look at right now with your headaches and migraines is look for consistent patterns. Look for if you eat certain kinds of food. I've heard a lot of my patients tell me that with red wine, I've had one say white wine, which was a little unique. She said her doctor said that wouldn't be causing it, but if you're seeing that pattern, then it might be the cause of that migraine or at least contributing to that stress bucket. In chocolate can be a common contributor. Sugar is a huge part. And then a lot of like oils and greasy food or butter tend to add to that inflammation in your body, which seems to contribute to that. Look for the pattern though, because it could be apricots for you or raisins or salad dressing. And so look and start by just eliminating one thing or the other to see if that helps with your headaches and migraines. The other thing is look for patterns with hormone changes. So during your time of the month or something would affect that migraine. But it is almost always going to be on the way into your period or on the way out because it's a change. It's not coming from something stagnant. So as I'm going into the beginning, I start to get migraines, or as I'm coming out of it. If it's in the middle, it might not be related at all. Same thing with altitude. If you get it anytime you drive into Utah, high altitude, and you're getting migraines, and then when you drive out of Utah, you go to LA, you go to Florida, then that could be a contributing factor to your stress bucket. All of this just comes back to your stress bucket and making sure we keep that as healthy as possible, keep the levels of our stress down, and keep the boiling aspect, the things that really agitate our stresses, out of the way. Just eliminate them as much as possible. When it comes to headaches and migraines, it's very individual. You have to look and create a plan for you and find the factors that are most important to you and your body. So start implementing some of these strategies in your life and see which ones tend to help you the most, what reduces that stress, what helps you to live pain-free and migraine-free. Last thing I want to touch on is your neck. Things that we talked about posture, and that's going to help with your neck, but you can start working on your own neck. Two main things to look at: the tightness in your neck, work on stretches, get massages, anything to help reduce that tension. Things like dry needling is fantastic for that. And the last part is strength. How strong is your neck? Are you able to withstand all the movement that you put your head through? Your head weighs anywhere from 8 to 18 pounds. That's very heavy. That's a big bowling ball for the muscles in your neck to be holding up and to be controlling movement, especially if you're going to be way out here. They say that the amount of force that's created once you're in a really bad posture is like 45 to 60 pounds. That's way, way heavier. So put your bowling ball back on top of the shelf of your shoulders and then get strong. So test yourself, push on the side of your neck and see if you can withstand that resistance on the sides, on the front, and then lay on your back. This one's my favorite one. Lay on your back, keep your chin tucked in and lift your head up. And then just hold it. Hold it and see how long does it take for you to start shaking or to start cheating and lifting your chin. Keep that chin tucked in, hold it as long as you can. Men should be 35 seconds, women it should be about 25 seconds. I personally think it should be longer, but that's what the research says, so we'll go with that for right now. Get your head, get your neck stronger, okay? You can start with easy exercises where you're just providing isometric resistance on the sides of your head, on the front and back, and lay on your back and start by just holding your head up. Start with 5 seconds. Do it multiple times. Build up from there. If you can work on strength, you can work on posture, and you can work on your lifestyle, your headaches, migraines will go away. All right. Throw any questions down in the comments below. We're ready to help. We want to do more videos to help guide you guys to living a pain-free, headache-free life. And we'll see you on the next episode.